Suris, censor the titties. It's a Christian channel. No. I will not censor the titties. Oh, God damn it, 4Kids! All right, guys, we haven't covered Anime Exposed in a bit, but we need to go ahead and do so. It's been just pumping through my veins, the desperate need to cover more of this. Let's go. First off, though, fan art section. This one's from Glitchy Charizard. Sign up to Discord to share this. Hope you enjoy and that this successfully posts. Sorry if I mess up. This app really doesn't feel very intuitive. So we've got a very, very detailed slime girl Suris in what looks to be Spiral Mountain or Bubble Gloop Swamp from Banjo-Kazooie, and that is fantastic. And it's just, you have one life to live. You could do anything with that life, anything, and yet you waste it, saving up 50,001 channel points just to force me to say this goddamn war words. The next one we have here is from Dog, the 20-minute sketch a few days ago. And then, of course, a colored version just now when they noticed that there were 3 typos in the text. Ara, I know what you're thinking. Have saved up 50,006 channel points, or have I only saved up 49,995? Well, in all this degeneracy, I kind of lost track myself, but being as this is a slime soaker over 9,000, the most powerful moisturizer in the world, and it would wash your societal constructs clean off, you're gotta ask yourself, do I feel horny? Well, do you? Jesus Christ, this is a whole Clint Eastwood. There was one whole Clint Eastwood here. Anyway, as always, thank you all for the fan art submissions. If you want your fan art shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that all said, for 200,069 channel points, Wasper has dropped a tactical Nuwook. If there was any time for it to happen, it was going to happen here. Before we start, though, I need to ask, who here has seen the other parts of Anime Expo? Because if you haven't, now's probably a good time to watch the other parts. But if you have, let's go ahead. Let's get into things. There we go.
So we want to start this off with a warning like we always do. These animes are just getting darker and darker. If you've watched part 1 and part 2, they're just progressively getting worse. And the really bad part is all of these shows actually premiere on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. So they're actually targeting kids with this stuff.
Jassaproxy, thank you so much for redeeming your points for what got converted into an uwu, because I hate myself. Okay, so they're mad that a lot of these anime are being shown on Cartoon Network. I wonder what anime they're going to start out with.
Actually, I don't think this documentary should be watched like those other shows and films. Like, hopefully it's watched during the day with the curtains open, light shining in, because this is some really dark stuff. And the point, this isn't for entertainment.
That's right.
This is to expose
Nikki
the darkness and to hopefully
Thank you for the
bring
100
out
bits.
someone who's in this world and share with them the light of Christ.
That's right. For educational purposes, you have been warned. And with that, enjoy the show.
Little Light Studios. Okay, so for each part, are they going to do the whole opening? And we have a fucking hype train going at this exact moment, too. Rabbit Ears Vlog, thank you for the 100 bits. It's such an over-the-top. So goddamn over the top. Open your eyes, everyone.
Man, do I have some stuff to tell you guys.
The juxtaposition always hits me. Just they go from that like clean editing to this cut of just the worst, the absolute worst animation. What's up?
I was stuck in traffic. What'd I miss?
You missed picking up the tacos. That's what you missed.
What?
Okay, second problem. Did you notice that they are all recording with different microphones in different recording setups? Here, let's pull that back for a minute. Because we're just going to critique, because we know Litter Light Studios watches these. We know the people behind this bullshit has actually watched my videos on it. But just listen. It's so awkward when you hear the juxtaposition to the ways they've recorded.
Man, do I have some stuff to tell you guys.
What's up? I love that the video's not playing.
I have some stuff.
Is this a VLC problem, or is this a...
Was playing.
There we go.
I don't even know. I've never seen anything like it.
Why? What'd you do? Perform an exorcism?
Just about. The game my friend's brother, Rain, was playing. I don't even know where to begin. Rain is really into video games and started showing me this game he was playing.
Suris, censor the titties. It's a Christian channel. No. I will not censor the titties. Oh, God damn it, 4Kids! Yeah, we have to censor the titties. The 4Kids missed. Completely here.
It was some anime-looking game called Shin Megami Tensei?
Shin Megami Tensei? Really? That's the thing you're... Okay. Okay, let's go!
Apocalypse.
Oh, sounds doomsday-ish.
So when I arrived, he was sitting on his couch playing this game.
Oh, hi, sorry, cannot talk right now. I'm just getting ready to the final level where I will meet the most evil boss.
Jesus Christ. That recording. It hurts.
I am that I am.
What did they say the bad guy's name is?
They don't say his name, but they spell his name very strange. He says his name is I am that I am.
Wait, did you just say the boss villain in the game is God, like the creator, Yahweh?
Yep, messed up, huh? And it gets worse.
I am infinity, the supreme being, the embodiment of law and order.
Okay.
This boss thinks he should rule the universe. I try to stop him, but my friends in the game try to encourage me to deny him as the one true God. Ay, nako, sounds fishy, right? Especially since the Bible study you gave my sister, they use a lot of Bible themes in the game.
Can we do the thing we've talked about before where we just point out, hey, you know a common theme in fiction is to subvert tropes? Like, I don't want to keep on making fun of the recording quality. I want to talk about the fact that there are several tropes in stories, in gaming, and aping those tropes is a very common thing that writers will do. You can either rely on tropes or you can ape them. Let's go ahead and take a really good example of this. The Shadow Wolf, thank you for redeeming your points for because everything gets redeemed that way because I hate every decision that y'all make. But let's go ahead and talk about one of these good examples of this. Let's take the movie and book Warm Bodies. So what if I say, hey, I'm going to make you read a book about a zombie apocalypse. You would tell me, oh, okay, well, I've seen The Walking Dead. I've played Resident Evil. I've seen a lot of these things where zombies are. I've seen Dawn of the Dead. I know about what I'm getting into. And then Warm Bodies shows that, no, you're not getting into a regular zombie flick. In this, the zombies have a semblance of their memories and even can form relationships and bonds with people, which is kind of something that happened in the later of the Living Dead and of the Dead movies, like with Bub the Zombie in Day of the Dead. But it didn't quite happen to the extreme that it happens in Warm Bodies, where really there's not much of a distinction between a zombie and a person. And this same type of subversion of what you expect a zombie to be happens in other media too. Like, say, I can't remember the name of it right now. iZombie, I think it is. Where the girl works as a detective and she eats a bit of people's brains to like figure out who the killers are in certain murders. That whole shtick is a subversion on regular zombie tropes, which is, the idea that zombies are mindless, brainless, walking forces of nature, automata that consume humans, and that's it. Subverting that normal narrative about zombies is a thing that happens a lot in recent media because we have an established narrative about what zombies are. I say that to wrap everything back to the Bible is a book. For all the things the Bible is and might be, the Bible itself is a book. It is a narrative. So to accept that in all of the narrative subversion that we have engaged with, that the Bible would be off limits for the same types of subversion we do for every other kind of media is a bit naive, at the very least. Ivana Dragmeyer, thank you for redeeming your points for an uwu, because everything is. Because fuck you.
Whoa, wait, if God is the evil one, who is on your side?
I know this is probably going to sound really bad considering you're a Christian, but your ally in the game is Satan.
I am the Arbiter, God. I shall test whether you are worthy of your throne.
Does your sinful arrogance know no bounds, that you would dare defy me, Satan?
I can't believe how much biblical language is used.
It's literally the God of the Bible. Why can't you believe the amount of biblical language? It's literally the Bible. It's literally that. It is subverting the Bible. I, too, can't believe how much biblical language was used when I did a thing that subverted the Bible of all things.
They don't even try to mask the deception at this point in the game. It was a full-blown attack against the God of heaven.
In the narrative, yes, because it's subverting the narrative of the Bible. That's what it's doing. That's what it does.
When I defeat you, I will replace all of humanity with more obedient servants.
Now that you said it, this game really is starting to creep me out. Oh my goodness. It seems like they want you to think God is evil and is a tyrannical ruler. But I don't think the real God is like that at all.
And you cannot think that the real God is like that. It's easy. It's just called separating fiction from reality. If you're a Christian and you believe God is real and you want to play a game like this, it's as easy as accepting that this is a fictional universe that is not the same as your universe. The rules do not have to be the same, and that includes rules about deities. I'm an atheist, so either way I don't care, but if you're a Christian, that's all you would have to do.
Your presence is felt everywhere in this world, this unchanging reality, but you choose to exist outside this world, simply watching. Why is that?
It is not as though I sat idly by. I suffered just the same as you. I am always by your side. Your joy is my joy. Your grief, my grief.
Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse is the game, Cherry.
The faithful walk together with me. That is the guidance I provide. That is the salvation I offer. Would you cast aspersions on me, your father? Label me guilty to claim your own innocence?
Ha! Enough of the act. I know the truth. You use demons as a scapegoat for everyone's suffering, and then call whatever's left hope. You hide the truth and demand blind faith from people. That's what you do. Are you that jealous of humans? Or just afraid?
Yes, he feared humanity.
I see. So this is humanity's power of understanding. By denying you, it's the one true God, you dethrone him. you bring him to the same level as a demon.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's amazing how it's playing with the idea of belief literally being used as a power conduit to keep God alive.
This can't be real, is it?
I wish it wasn't. Not only is this game real, the truth is right there in plain sight. The Mother Harlot is even one of the characters on the player's side, helping you to defeat God. And a demon is constantly in your ear, telling you to deny Yahweh. I mean, calling this game evil and demonic doesn't even do it justice.
I mean, I can understand that perspective, but at the same time, you have to remember, guys, this is a narrative that is being written as fiction. Not every single bit of fiction is being written to make you change your mind on the world. Some fiction is written just for the sake of entertainment. And hell, maybe there is something to analyzing the fiction that you look at. Who knows? But in this in this situation, I would think maybe it's a little safer, a little easier, and maybe a little more sane to recognize that the Shin Megami Tensei series does this with all gods, all religions. They take all religious mythos and turn it into boss fights, gameplay, stories. That's what that series does. To get all offended that your god happened to be the final boss of one of the games is to ignore every other religion that had this happen as well. Either all of you need to be ridiculously offended, or we just look at the one group that is and say, oh, look, there.
But yet, it gets even worse.
How can it get worse than denying salvation?
You got it. I'll handle this. You refuse to acknowledge other gods, making this world stagnant. Your existence prevents the emergence of new gods. That means humanity can't progress on their own accord. With you around, reigning over our fate, we're left with no means to find our own path.
These demons keep encouraging you as the player to attack God.
But it's the only shot we have at beating him.
Right, but why? Like, why is that happening in the narrative? You're ignoring the fact that within the narrative of the game, God has created a world where people only have one option: function as sheep to him. Within the narrative of the game, that's framed as a bad thing as opposed to a good thing. Because it's framed as a bad thing in this narrative instead of a good thing, people wanting to find their own path is the good thing, not the bad thing. And you'd think also a God who gives people free will, maybe that's kind of a good thing too. But not how the game operates. The game is trying to operate saying that people should be able to find their own free will, and God should not be completely in control of everybody's fates. Given that that is what the game is trying to accomplish, the narrative of the game, it makes sense that subverting the control that God has over you is what you would be doing. But let's go ahead and continue.
I'll lend you my power, kid. Let's drag him from that throne.
It was so shocking, I couldn't even leave the room. I had to keep watching to make sense of why this game was using such strong Christian-themed dialogue, but in such a satanic way.
I mean, have you considered that maybe sitting down and playing the game from the beginning could give you that perspective? The version of Yahweh that exists in that game may actually be motivated a little differently than the version of Yahweh in the Bible, or merely the narrative perspective is that everything is the same, but it's going to be received differently enough that we have this version of events play out. Have you considered that consuming the actual media you're critiquing can be useful in critiquing that media?
And God is just pleading with you throughout the game to not go through with this evil plan.
And yet I still love and pity my ignorant children. Repent, and your sins shall be forgiven. I offer my hand to any and all who believe in me. Have faith, and you shall receive my blessings.
You can see the lies and accusations against God, that he doesn't value you, when in reality, he spared not the best of heaven and sent his son to die a sinner's death in place of the punishment we all deserve.
Right, but he's the one who decided we deserved that punishment in the first place. You're not actually making your case very well right now. You're making a very poor case for yourself now. Now you actually might be justifying the type of god that Shin Megami Tensei is arguing Yahweh is in its narrative. Except yours is a Yahweh that exists in your mind in reality, so maybe just stop talking. You're making a really bad case for yourself. You really are.
That is true love.
You judge people's worth on how much they believe in you, obey you. But is that all we are to you? Are we really worthless if we don't have value to you? I mean, just because I'm weak and I have to rely on others doesn't mean I'm worthless.
No matter how hard the character in the game, called Yahweh, pleaded mercifully, the game kept encouraging you to deny his preachings.
Right, because it showed that he was an asshole in other ways. Like, it made sense to deny that god within the narrative of the game, because the god in the narrative of the game is literally causing events to stagnate around the characters. Nobody is allowed to progress in their own way while that god is operating the way he is. Like, that's called abuse. That's being an abuser. That's like saying, but I provided everything for my partner. Why won't they stay and love me? Well, because you're telling them they can't go outside and see their friends. That's just abuse.
My friends help me realize that I alone decide the value of my life.
Yeah, notice how they don't address the girl's point at all. They're just literally like, but why would you hurt God?
Then the game took a really dark turn. Yahweh turned into some snake, dragon, demon thing and started to try and destroy everyone.
How could you diminish me to such a state? Impudent humans! I cannot forgive you!
Sweet Melody, thank you for redeeming your points for an ooh-woo. And Sylvia Silica, you as well for an ooh-woo, because everything is converted because y'all hate me. But also, I just want to point something out. Have you noticed this isn't an anime? An anime exposed? Please tell me you've noticed that.
I ask only that you take the life I granted you and obediently follow my word. The weight of your blasphemy is too great for death. Eternal suffering is the only suitable punishment.
Now, as crazy as this all sounds, it actually gave us a lot to talk about in the Bible study. I was able to show him the truth from the Bible so he could see the lies told in the video game. I'm shocked, but not surprised. The object is to deny your maker?
Well, when you put it that way, I guess, sort of.
There is no truth to your ideas. The future you pursue is a fabrication. Cease this at once!
Your so-called truth makes me nauseous. Enough of this, kid. Put an end to him with your own two hands.
End this, so the fairies and humans can finally live in freedom.
This ought to prove child's play for you. Show him our power!
I shall cede the stage just this once. Flaunt your magnificence for the sake of the people.
We've got to tie this one up. Do it for the people of Tokyo.
I believe in you. Don't let me down. Go, Nanashi!
Oh no, deicide happened through the power of friendship.
How could mere humans surpass gods and destroy even me, your creator? No, this is not the end. You've only led yourself further astray. Humans are weak. You cannot live without my law, my order. You need something to believe in. But now, you've debased my truths, and so I shall slip from the minds of humans. Humanity will inevitably lose its way and long for salvation. Then, you shall regret this decision.
It was so demonic. It was 100% pure evil. Even
They killed a god who was controlling everybody. That's what you consider evil? Also, I don't believe that your actual literal version of Yahweh can be beaten by mere humans that way. If that's not enough for you to like differentiate between the Bible's Yahweh and Shin Megami Tensei's Yahweh, then I don't know what is. Somehow the pagans have been able to differentiate between their Thor, the God of War Thor, and the Thor from the Marvel Cinematic Universe for years without any actual issue, and yet somehow the Christians cannot do that here, and that's very that is such an awkward thing to feel.
encouraging the player to make a decision, much like you would have your Bible study contact make a decision to make God your Lord and Savior.
Did your friend's brother see the spiritual warfare after you pointed it out? These games are not just games. They are real-life decisions wrapped up in a make-believe package. But
no, they're not. A person can play that game and then choose not to, relinquish Christianity. Reading a book is not the same thing as relinquishing your religion. Playing a video game is not the same thing as relinquishing your religion. I know Christians who have played this game and are still Christian at the end of it. You don't just sully your soul by engaging in fiction.
just because they are hidden within a fake video game world does not make that decision any less real to life.
It's literally like having a Bible study with Satan.
Oh yeah.
So this is like some obscure game that barely anyone plays, right?
Not exactly. Over 600,000 copies had been sold worldwide within the first year of its release. And
that's actually a pretty low amount, especially for a game on the 3DS. That's a small install base. That's kind of sad.
Over 90,000 copies in the US within the first 6 months. That's January 2014. Players give it 4.7 out of 5 rating on GameStop.com. Considering this country is a Christian nation, that is shocking.
After I left my friend's house, I went home and looked more into the game. There's a children's anime version called Devil Children.
Of course it's called
Oh, we actually have an anime now?
It's the same concept as the other animes we've been combing through. Though based in a fictitious world, they still hold weight in our mind as if they were based in reality. There's a scene where 3 elementary school children stumble upon some occult writings while bored in a room full of books. They flip through the pages, see some demons, and think they are really cool and would be fun to be friends with them. The girl informs them that they could hold hands and say incantations to summon the demons into their realm.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we became a Christian nation as opposed to a secular or even pluralist nation, but okay. I can't wait to get copyright cucked for this.
Pentagrams on them that empower the children to summon demons through the...
Oh my god, the fucking pentagrams. You guys know that there's not actually a correlation between pentagrams and like Satanism and shit, right? You know that, right? Like the pentagram is largely a Wiccan thing, but okay, sure. A star was there. Everybody freak out.
Pentagram portals to help them battle supernatural foes on their journey.
This looks like discount Pokemon.
That reminds me of a couple of years ago when Pokemon Go was
Oh my god.
There seems to be more than one of these types of games that have a theme of calling up or communicating with demons. Pokemon means pocket monster, or having pocket-sized demons as friends.
They're
The show
not
is full of
fucking
witches and
demons.
demons, and even a gender-bending character.
Oh my god. They're just upset about James now. Pokemon aren't demons. They're never communicated to be demons. They're just animals. In the Pokemon anime, they're just animals. James cross-dresses as a disguise because he's a villain who disguises himself.
People with flash and passion.
To give our Pokemon pretty faces.
To extend our art to outer spaces.
Jesse.
James.
Jesse!
James.
Listen to me, kid. When you get involved with the opposite sex, you're only asking for trouble.
Yes, and that's the kind of trouble I stay out of. I am a flaming Moltres!
I think that costume
Okay.
came right out of his closet.
In July 2016, Pokemon Go was released in the US and became an instant hit. Fans were running all over the towns and cities trying to collect as many pocket demons as possible.
They're not fucking demons. They're animals. As far as the Pokemon universe is concerned, they're just fucking animals.
So this anime nudged its fandom one step closer to inviting demons into their physical space. Not something you ever want to do if you're a true believer in the spiritual realm.
How is Pokemon Go bringing demons into what? How much more time do I have till they get to the next anime thing? Okay, no, that sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh. That sounds like we're almost done. That sounds like we're almost done with the pain.
So this anime nudged its fandom one step closer to inviting demons into their physical space. Not something you ever want to do if you're a true believer in the spiritual realm.
Wow, that's scary because now they're blurring the lines between fiction and reality. We know demons are real, so to have a whole anime like Yu-Gi-Oh! That centers around the idea of summoning demons.
Okay, nope. We'll get to Yu-Gi-Oh! Next. I'm gonna have some words when they get to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is the next one. We've gone far enough. They've done almost no goddamn research into the things they are talking about, the anime they're talking about, the games they're talking about. They've done these most surfacest of surface level crap. They could have talked about an actual, Pokemon based off of an undead spirit or a demon or Satan. They could have done any number of things. They chose not to. They chose to just say, aha, you're summoning demons into the world through Pokemon, a thing that doesn't happen in Pokemon, except that one time that Volo did. Spoilers for Legend Arceus, I guess. Little Light Studios, I know you guys watch my stuff. I've done videos responding to you responding to me. I'm kind of ashamed. I'm kind of ashamed to share a species with you. Because when I watch your content, I fail to understand how something that was stupid when I was 8 years old is still believed by people right now. Probably because there are people right now who were taught by people who taught me when I was 8. And instead of coming out of the other side of the fence, realizing that, no, video games aren't reality, please stop, you decided to instead freak out about every little thing that wasn't your Bible. But this is where I throw it back to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about Little Light Studios, this episode of Anime Exposed, what have you. With that all said, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, insert end of video tagline here.